How did my wife actually die? Now, I get this question a lot, and so I tend to review it occasionally because so many people are inquiring about it. And personally, I think it's an important thing to talk about and use it as a deterrent, as the end of the road, if you find yourself or a loved one going down the same path that my wife did for the last 20 years of her life. And ultimately, if you looked at the death certificate, it would say toxic shock and low blood pressure. But essentially, the toxic shock was she had 12 operations the last month of her life, and she had so many problems with every organ there was so much infection going on because of the alcoholism, and it had affected her heart. Obviously, not just the liver, really all her organs, but ultimately the heart is what stopped, and it just didn't work. So her blood pressure went to the point of almost zero, which really was the cause of death. But there's a lot more to it than that. And honestly, I think it's an important subject because so many people just think, oh, it only affects your liver. And if my liver's fine, I'll be fine, which nothing could be further from the truth. There's a lot more than just fatty liver, which she had. She had cirrhosis. She was on kidney dialysis the last month. Her intestinal tract was destroyed. She had her stomach removed. Her heart was non-functioning. It affected her skin. She had blotchy skin, definitely prematurely aged. She died at 58. She probably could have passed for a 75-year-old woman, to be honest with you. Very sad because she was a very pretty girl. Beautiful, piercing blue eyes, and they were bloodshot at the end, and her hair was practically gone. It was just dirty and mousy at the end. Very, very difficult to watch such a brilliant, caring, loving person end that way. It was just horrible. People say, well, I'm talking matter-of-factly. Well, this happened 4.5 years ago, and I've had a lot of time to digest it and go through it, and really to have the ability to talk about it, because it's important. If you find yourself on this path, it's not a road you want to go down, because it's a progressive disease. You're going to have to do everything humanly possible that you can do to get out of this, okay, to work on yourself, to reinvent yourself, to join group therapy, and to get mentorship, okay? These are things you have to do because you would not want to go down the road. Any alcoholic does. And to go over quickly, really, her last month, I had dropped her off in her 7th rehab in Los Angeles area. It was a good 100 miles away because I wanted her to separate, and then the plan was to put her into a sober living facility for a year, and I was going to separate with her from at that time. I really didn't want her moving back with my son and I. Unfortunately, she fell down the flight of stairs at the rehab itself. Why she was unsupervised, we will never know. No lawyer would really take the case because she was already so fragile anyway. So she fell down the flight of stairs. They took her to UCLA. She was there for 28 days in ICU, pretty much in a coma most of the time because I'm sure she had hit her head. Very weak in state. And this is when they discovered really all the organ failure in her life. They actually kept her open. She did 12 operations. I only visited her twice because there really wasn't a whole lot of point. My son never visited her again. And you have to realize she had been in so many hospitals the last 5 or 6 years. It was just like, well, here we go again. And for people who have never experienced that or never walked down a path in those shoes, you probably wouldn't understand. But families do get exhausted. They get to the point where they just can't take it anymore. And mine is not a unique case. That's the thing. So many people go through this exact same trauma. And, I hope this resonates for people who are going through it, and I really hope it acts as a deterrent for people who are suffering from alcohol use disorder, and maybe their families will understand. Again, please like, share, and comment. I also have the coaching program. Schedule a time with me. It takes about an hour. I like to bring the family in and the alcoholic. It's a very involved program. It's about 4 hours of content. And then, it takes all year to get through. I'm with you for a whole year. So we've put you on a path and a direction that's, going to be successful. I've helped thousands of alcoholics. Click on the link in the link tree. Go to the calendar. Set up a Zoom call. It takes about an hour. Call is free. The course is definitely not. I want people who are ready to change their lives. And again, I go live every night at 6 o'clock, although They have a hold on me. I probably won't be on until the 21st of August for some reason. Somebody had some complaint or something. But other than that, again, we have the Facebook group real quick. It's called There's an Alcoholic in the Family. Join that. Become a really good support group. And again, thanks for listening.